1 year ago, Joe and I quit our office jobs and moved into this RV. And in the past year, we've been traveling all across North America, and we actually feel free. But to be honest, RV life wasn't everything that we thought it would be. And that's why we're making this video. Because while online, everybody romanticizes this lifestyle, there are some things that you really need to know. They're gonna help you decide if this is really for you. We are going to review everything from how much we spend per month living in an RV, also the safety concerns, and lastly, how life on the road actually is.
So let's dive into what living on the road is really like. Starting with the cost of living. Now this is the most common question we get, and honestly, it's a bit different from what you might expect. Living in an RV doesn't automatically mean life is cheap, right? You're gonna have some unexpected costs, or costs are gonna sneak up on you. I'll point out the obvious: you have your fuel, your food, and campsite fees. And of course, you can have your brutally routine maintenance, as well as unexpected expenses. And of course, depending on the area that we're staying on or the city we're spending on, that's also gonna depend on how much we spend per month. So we gathered a list below of our costly breakdown on average and how much we spend per month. But here's a fixed cost breakdown of the average month on the road for us. The thing that we did notice is that campsites, or just in general the cost of living, is much more expensive on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast. So it's something to take into consideration when you're traveling with your RV.
This is something that is huge in this lifestyle, but rarely people talk about. Things break, and they break more often than you think. You know, every travel day, your RV goes through some little earthquakes, and it's probably like hundreds of earthquakes. So we've had our water inlets that ended up breaking. Also, we had our hanger right here where we hang our jackets. We ended up having to just replace completely. If you're considering this lifestyle, just keep in mind that those things will be happening more often than not. You have to be mentally and financially ready for that. But honestly, I am in complete luck because Joe is super handy thanks to his patience to read things through, especially the manual, but also YouTube. He's always doing research on YouTube to see how we can fix things on our own. By us, I mean him. And he does a pretty good job doing that. If you or your partner can get busy and understand a little bit how things can be fixed, honestly, it would be the best thing ever.
Another thing is campground safety. Now, this is something we took in highly consideration because we were going to locations we have never been or never stayed at before. But thankfully, in our 1 year of RV full-time living, we have not experienced anything dangerous or anything sketchy, and we pray that it stays that way. Nonetheless, though, in some of the towns that we stayed in have been sketchy a little bit, but again, within the proximity of the campground, the staff and our neighbors and the friends that we met have made us feel welcome and fully secure as well.
The last thing we want to touch on is travel days. More often than not, they're not actually glamorous. It's kind of a bit of a grind. Imagine you have to wake up super early, pack up everything, hit the road, and drive for hours. And sometimes you even have to deal with unexpected challenges along the way. But for us, these days are the ones that bring out the beauty and the reality of RV life. There's an awesome sense of freedom when you are on the road, and you feel like you're not tied down to any specific location. Unfortunately, travel day in an RV isn't as easy as pack up and go. There are certain things that we have to do in order to make sure that we are safe as we hit the road. Throughout these 365 days that we've been living in this RV, we've learned a lot. And we've made quite a few mistakes as we are packing up and go on a travel day. And because of that, we actually created a checklist. That way we don't forget anything. And that's why we made a free RV travel day checklist going over everything that you need to know to make your travel days easy. So go ahead and click the very first link in the description below to get access to the checklist, because that list really will make your travel days much smoother. We'll see you on the next video.